got a Bible study showdown, but who's going to end up on top? Find out now on the Family Reunion After Show.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hi, AfterBuzzers. Welcome into episode 3 of Family Reunion on Netflix. Episode 3, Remember Vacation Bible School. I'm your host, Alexis Brown, and I'm joined by my two lovely co-hosts, Shay Jones and Zakiya Winbury. Say hello, guys.
Hey, guys. How you doing? So excited.
Hello.
Well, now that we've said all of our hellos, we are excited to get right on in there. We've got some Bible study showdown. We got some go-kart drama and a special reveal at the end that none of us saw coming, in addition to some news and gossip and a special segment. But before we get into all of that, ladies, what did you think of today's episode?
It reminded me of like going to church and going to Bible, like vacation Bible school growing up, because it was really a big part of my childhood. Because both my family was Christian and Catholic, so I went to just going to both. So I don't remember playing a Bible verse game like that though whatsoever.
Zakiya, what do you think?
I definitely loved it. It took me back to just understanding discipline is the foundation for everything, and that what they did leads them to who they're going to be, or what they do now, it's going to be who they're going to be later, I guess.
Yes, love that. That's such a good lesson to take from this episode. So let's get right on in there. It starts off, the family's getting ready to go to vacation Bible school. Of course, they're being forced, like most things they're being forced to do on this show. And then they end up going and they discover that they play a really fun game there where you have to pick a name out of a bowl, and whatever the word is in the bowl, you have to think of a Bible verse for it. They learn that Madeir is the reigning champ of it, and if you don't get anything right, you get sprayed by whipped cream. Now, like you said, I've gone to vacation Bible school for the majority of my life, and I've never been sprayed by whipped cream. I know you said you did. Did anything like that happen where you were?
Nope. I mean, it'd have been funny if it did, though.
Yeah.
And actually, I mean, if you're going to spray me on my face, just aim for my mouth, and I'm good. Like, I would have appreciated it.
Yeah, so they end up playing the game, and in the first round, because we had many rounds of this game, Madeir actually ends up the champion, and it makes the kids upset. What do you think about that? Did you think it was understandable? Did you think it was funny? What did you think?
I think because Madeir is a, I think I'm trying to forget the proper term, a undisputed winner in the fact that she's a sore winner. Like, she loves to win. So because she loves to win, she loves to rub it in other people's faces. Just how smart and how well she knows her Bibles.
For me, I want to take it back to what Madeir said before they went to Bible study. She said the Bible was an acronym, and it said it was for basic instructions before leaving Earth.
Which I so appreciate it.
Madeir comes with the one-liner. She always leaves us a gem, so that's a good one to point out.
Always.
I also loved, I call it the black mama stare that your mom gives you when she wants you to just you have to shush it. And then Tia called it, that's some real black girl magic.
Yes.
And I fully support that statement.
Yes, I agree. So after they play the game, like you said, Madeir is such a sore winner. She talks about them. She glosses in their face. It's funny to see a church woman acting like that. What did you guys think?
It's hilarious, especially with the belt. So I'm like, okay, the belt is over the top, because she kind of revealed it. And I'm like, okay. But it was really interesting of the game, and I thought it was a good way to get everyone's attention in Bible school, because I mean, honestly, when you go to Bible school, you're probably tired or not listening, but that was a good way to keep everyone engaged. Kudos to her for understanding that this was going to keep them engaged.
Yes, good point. So in all of her sore winterness, I'm going to be using that terminology because I think that's just the perfect way to describe it. Jade and Shaka decide that they're going to cheat the system and use some sort of app to help them, hear the verses as they play the game. What did you guys think of that? Do you think they did the right thing?
I mean, she don't got a photographic memory, so it's kind of subpar of what they were going to do, because she talks, Madeir talks a lot of smack, but she can back it up, though, too. So, I mean, that's also the flip side of that coin. While I talk a lot of smack, at least I can also back it up.
Right.
And they kind of want to get her back for it and try to prove, just because you're good, doesn't mean you're always going to stay on top.
Especially when they had the little brother come in and say, Madea said dinners, come on and get dinner, losers. I feel like it was just bound to happen for them to figure out a way to beat Madea. So was it right? Probably not, but was it right? Yes.
Well, morally, it wasn't right.
Because you're lying in church, yes.
Yeah, like you're not just cheating, you're not just lying, but you're also doing it in church, which is black folks. We feel like it's much worse if you do it in church.
She got her back, though. She did get her back.
So in cheating, they ended up winning the next round of the game they played, and they were able to spray Madea. But I think all along, Madea probably knew something was up. What do you think?
Which is why I think she was hanging out by that attic door.
Yeah, exactly. And eventually, when it did come out, they invited them to have another round of the game in front of the entire congregation. And before they played the game, Madea said, "You won't be needing this," and pulled the earpiece out of her ear. And it kind of made me think that she knew all along that they were cheating. Did y'all get that impression?
Of course. Like, grandmas always know. There's nothing you can do that they don't know.
And if they don't know now, they'll eventually find out.
Yeah. So I think it was the best way to, like, teach her a lesson. Like, I know. And now I'm going to show you why this is bad.
In front of everyone, too.
Yeah.
However, you have to give it up for Jade for just turning the tables in the situation. She preached in church. She's like, I said upside down. Here come the choir. Upside down. She's like, I said upside down. It was perfect.
Yeah.
She definitely flipped the switch, for sure.
And then, like, even when Madea was hugging her so tight, she was just like, I gotta forgive you because you're slick. But this, you have to appreciate the hustle of her a little bit for that.
Didn't that remind you when, like, your parent would grab your hand really hard, like, stop, or they'll do that, stop doing that. Like,
yeah,
that's
they do the tight lip, the stop talking. Yeah, that's exact. Just when I look at Loretta Devine, she just looks like she would do something like that. Yeah. But like you said, I think it was really cute and really funny how, she turned that embarrassment into kind of like a show. She made it a testimony. The choir started singing. People started standing up and clapping.
And a forgiveness moment.
And also just another situation where Jade was able to outsmart Madea.
Yes.
Because we saw it in the first episode, so it's looking like that's going to be a theme. She's kind of figuring out how to push, Madea's buttons and how to work the system. What do you think?
I think it's very true, yeah. She's definitely doing that.
Yes. So in all of that, while they were dealing with the showdown in Bible Vacation Bible Study, however you want to say it, we also were dealing with a battle with Mose and Coco because Mose bought the kids go-karts and Coco didn't want them to have go-karts. Was she being out of line, out of pocket? What did you think? Was it not fair for her to not let them have the go-karts?
When she first saw the go-kart, she's like, it's not fair for you to buy something for the kids without getting something for their mama. And I totally agree with that statement. I just do. I wanted a go-kart. Like, not even the real one. I wanted a pink one like Ami got. This is so adorable. And if you have a big enough backyard, let's do it. I'm down for the cause.
Yeah.
I feel like, too, when she first seen the go-kart, she worried about Ami before the boys a little bit. Like, and then it was hilarious when she's, like, packing up, like, just overprotective parenting, like, packing up this suitcase.
Of first aid supplies.
A suitcase. And so, was she right? Obviously, every parent is going to be more protective. I feel like we see that a lot with moms and, like, the dad's like, yeah, let's do it. Let's jump off the bridge or whatever. So, I think she was right in a sense, but not as correct for being so overbearing.
Because I think, Mose has a point. We can't always coddle our children because they're going to have to worry about paying rent, bills and everything. So why not let them be kids for as long as we can before the real world encroaches and reminds them that childhood ends soon.
And Mose threw some shade. And he's like, or making hair appointments. Because
that hair days, yeah. He's just like, let me, if I can curl it. If I can, if I can get in there.
The lick of the finger when you're, no. And then Coco, don't touch my hair. Infamous black girl saying, do not touch my hair. I don't care how it looks, what it does. Don't touch it.
I'm a firm believer of that. I play lots of things. My money, my hair are not two of them.
Yes. Now, before we continue on with talking about the episode, Shay, do you have a message for our viewers?
I do. Hey, guys. So thank you so much for, making us the ESPN of TV Talk we love talking about our favorite shows, reality, drama, comedies like this show, because it made our childhood, made us become who we wanted to be, hopefully, in some cases. So to just keep making amazing content like we've been doing, we need your help. So if you're watching us right now on YouTube, give us that thumbs up button, and don't forget to leave a comment saying what you liked, what you didn't like, things you know, your own theories, because they're awesome. But if you're listening to us right now on iTunes, don't forget to leave a 5-star rating and also a review, so we know you're just enjoying this show as much as we are.
Yes, thank you for that. So going back to our episode, like we mentioned, Coco was mad that Mo's got the go-karts, and what she ended up saying would happen did happen. Everybody ended up crashing and getting hurt. Were you surprised?
No, it had to happen. But also, I think that's also the point of go-karts. You crash into something.
No, it's not. That's like saying you get a car to crash your car.
Go-karts. Bumper cars and go-karts are notorious for like hitting something. Okay, well,
don't ride go-karts with Shay. She's gonna try to crash into you.
I'm gonna be too fast for you, so you ain't gotta worry about it. You ain't gonna catch me.
But, you know, like we said, she ended up being right, and they tried to hide it from her, though they were limping around the house, which was really, really funny. Do you think that, you know, she would eventually figure it out, or did you think they were going to get away with it?
I mean, yeah, she would have eventually figured it out. I feel like they're just always snitching on each other. And what Mo said, you know what happens to snitches, right? Because obviously, like, the son, he's like, oh, yeah, we did, and we got hurt, and this is it, and this is that.
We were drifting like the rock.
But he thought it was stitches, and it was actually dishes. But
I had to wash the dishes.
Yeah, that was cute.
That was a funny little line. But what was really funny about it was it not only was revealed that everybody else got hurt, but it was revealed that Coco had actually ridden the go-kart and ended up getting hurt, and she tried to hide it. What did you guys think of that?
Classic.
Yeah.
Just like don't do as I say, do as I don't do as I do as I say.
Yeah.
Like just the whole dichotomy of that. Because while I'm worried about you, I'm an adult, so I hopefully should not get hurt in the situation.
Yeah.
But, you know, she did, and she really tried to, like, milk that from Mo's.
Yeah.
She tried to fake that Beyonce strut. She said, he's like, no, the Beyonce strut. That was hilarious.
So funny. I love how on this show you just see those real moments of families. You know, they try to hide things from each other. They joke around with each other. But at the end of the day, they're able to have fun and be family. It's so fun to watch. Okay, moving on. We have a special segment for today. Shay, you want to take it over?
I do. Okay, so guys, this show is just filled with amazing life lessons, as well as great shows that we've watched over time. So we're each going to tell you one of our favorite life lessons that we learned from this episode today. So, Miss Akia, do you want to start?
I will. I mean, my favorite life lesson is just understanding that discipline and knowing the Bible or having principles will get you far. That is what grows you as an individual. So,
Mine is the fact that we need to let kids be kids for a while before the world encroaches on them.
Nice.
Because it will very soon, especially in our community as African Americans. So I feel like we really have to give the kids a chance to be kids before we, their bubble is burst. I think that's a great lesson as well.
I think my biggest lesson from this episode is just point blank, don't cheat. Like there are better ways to do it. You know, the time you were taking to figure out how to cheat, you could have figured out a way to, read more about the Bible and to learn more about the Bible, and you're missing out on opportunity to learn about God and, to really have those moments with your grandma. So instead of doing all of that, don't cheat and just do it the right way. That was the lesson I learned.
That is probably the better lesson.
That's probably the best one. Cheat, do it.
Just don't.
Well,
do it.
not cheat, but I mean, just the time you seriously could have, like you said, you could have spent cheating. You could have just figured out how to, take the little grains of salt that you could have learned from verses, because she figured out a couple too.
Yeah, she ended up learning some things at the end, and she probably could have learned a little bit more if she didn't, try to cheat her way through.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay, and now it's time for news and gossip.
Hello, here is the news. Okay, so we have a Black Lady sketch that is coming out on HBO August 2nd, and guess who's starring in it? Okay, you might not guessed it, but it's gonna be Loretta Devine and Tia Mowry.
Yes.
Sorry.
Our Coco
Yes.
and our Madeir.
Yes. So Robin Thede is actually the creator, and Issa Rae is the producer, but they're also in the sketch as well. And honestly, I seen the previews, and it's hilarious.
It looks like it's going to be so good.
Right.
My favorite of watching that was the Angela Bassett. It was like a group for witches with a B, and not to be a basic witch. And it was just like, thank you so much for being a queen.
Yeah.
Like, this show is gonna, I think, really change just how Hollywood sees our community, and why we need more just female driven shows or female just driven characters that are strong.
And black women. And it's the first ever a black lady sketch. I mean, that in itself is unreal.
Yeah.
Like, we had Even Live Color, and now we have a black lady sketch.
Yes, and there's so many other actress and stars that's in it. It's amazing.
Yes, I'm very excited to watch, especially now that we know that our very own Loretta and Tia are going to be on the show. So now that we've done all that, ladies, let's get into our predictions. Think about what we want to say. What are you thinking over there, Zakia?
I'm just thinking, I don't know. I see Jay in the near future just getting into some more mess. Just getting into mess.
I predict that we're definitely going to figure out that travel from Seattle to Georgia. Like, you know, when we first saw them in episode 2, they were just a mess. Their RV was just muddied up, and I'm really excited for that.
I think I'm just going to continue to see the kids actually grow to appreciate going to church and actually, you know, it seems like they're starting to like it. Like, even, you know, Ami's reactions in church, like catching the Holy Ghost, and when Jade was having her moment with the choir, it seems like, I feel like they're really going to begin to actually like going to church, and they're going to have those bonding moments with Madeir.
Sure.
Well, you guys, that's been our show for today. It's been so fun to talk about episode 3 with you. Ladies, let us know where they can find you.
Hey guys, you can find me at Real Shay Jones on Twitter and Instagram.
And you can find me on Instagram at ZakiaW_.
You guys can find me on Instagram and Twitter at I am Lexi Fierce. So until we meet again for episode 4, buzz you later.
Bye, guys.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.